What up guys, it's Steve from Gogi Patrol and today we're smoking pork ribs. Let's go ahead and trim our ribs. Alright, so I'm using a boning knife today. You can use a regular chef knife, whatever you want, but that's what I got on hand, so that's what I'm using. Okay, alright. Carefully throw that away. Alright, first thing I like to do is just pat the ribs dry. I just don't want all this gross juice. I don't want to eat any of that. Alright. There's different cuts that you can do, but I like to do the St. Louis style ribs. You might have heard of that. That's where it's, you literally just have the bone, and then the meat is just around the bone. If you cook it like this is a full spare ribs. If you cut the breastplate off, but you keep the rib tips, that's like the Kansas City style, right? I like it real clean, so we are going to go ahead and do St. Louis style. Yeah, so I'm gonna start off by cutting off this flap here. The thing is, I like St. Louis style also because everything can cook just real evenly. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove this piece. Set that aside for later. Okay. The other thing is, so here are the main bones, and then what you have up top here is a bunch of cartilage. So that's another reason why I like to just straight up remove the rib tips. A lot of cartilage in here. I don't like that. Easiest way to do this is about the fourth bone or so. This is like a fourth, fifth bone. This is the longest bone. I like to cut right at the top there. And then imagine the ribs, just imagine where they would be, and just kind of smoothly cut all the way across. All the way across. And then same thing on this side as well. So you got your imaginary line, and you just want to bring it all the way. Okay, so now you can see there's a bunch of cartilage in here. That's all cartilage. It's gonna be all crunchy. You know, some people say, oh, that's the best part. I don't like it, so. And this is a really hard bone. So there's a bone, bunch of cartilage. So you could use this for beans or whatever, so I'm gonna set that aside for later. All right, so now you can see we got a really clean set of ribs. Let's show up just a little bit more there. All right, and now what I like to do is just clean it up just a little bit. Here at the end, this part is going to burn because it's thinner than the rest of the meat, so I like to just square it off. So just trying to find the bone, just square it off right there. All right. All right, so now we're looking pretty good. We got a pretty good piece here. There's a little extra thick layer here I like to just trim off. It's just got a lot of fat, so just like to trim that piece right off. Okay, and then that's it. And then the last part of this is just to remove the membrane. So there's this membrane that runs across right here. So I just like to remove that. So I take a bread knife, put it under one of the middle bones here, and just slowly get under the membrane and start to like pull up a little bit. It does rip, so you want to be careful. So I'm trying to get as deep as possible. Okay, and then once I have like a good grab hold, I like to get a piece of paper towel because it helps you grip the membrane. And then if we get lucky, we can just pull it totally off. Come on. Go. Oh, I ripped it. Mayday. Oh no, I ripped it. Sorry guys, I ripped it. I'm just gonna go halfway. Oh my gosh, this is a fail. This is a fail, guys. All right, this is gonna be tough. All right, I'm just gonna have to get this piece by piece, all right? Another problem is I was kind of in a hurry and this piece is still a little bit frozen. That's probably why the membrane's a little bit more difficult to take off. Start from this end. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, so if you screw it up like I did, no big deal. Just recover, get the rest of it off. Right. All right, great. We got our membrane off. We got a little bit here, it's fine. No big deal. All right, this is gonna be great, okay? Let's go ahead and season. All right, so now look at this. We got a really clean piece of pork ribs, okay? Now, I should have done this earlier, but I'm wearing a glove now. I'm gonna use this to keep one hand clean and one hand clean and one hand dirty, okay? I'm gonna put some oil on here. This is, we're adding a little bit of oil now just so that the seasoning can stick. All right, and it's really simple. It just goes like this. I'm starting with some sea salt. Now I'm seasoning this way so that we will have a relatively easy amount of seasoning, even amount of seasoning. And pork ribs are really thin pieces of meat, so you want to be careful about how much salt you put on it. When you're cooking something really thick like beef ribs or something, it's not a big deal. But with ribs, you gotta kind of be careful. So that's good. Salt. I was using sea salt there. This is black pepper. That's not working. I'm opening on to the other side. Black pepper, you can have more fun with it. It's not that big of a deal to be super peppery. All right, that's cool. And then finally, paprika. So paprika is a very typical seasoning to use in pork ribs to give it a nice red color. And then also to give it a little bit of extra smokiness because the meat is, again, so thin that you're not gonna keep it on the fire very long. It's not really gonna absorb that much smoke. All right, so let's get that guy on there. Oh, got the pepper as well. Oh, too much there, too much there. Backside is not really as important though because it's not really gonna, all the meat's on the other side, you know, so. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and prepare our fire and then we'll go put all these guys on the fire. All right, we got our charcoal here. I'm gonna put my charcoal starter right there. And then you can see I have smoking wood, kind of 4 pieces here, just spread out. The idea is for it to light here and then slowly start burning across. Alright, let's go get these ribs outside. Alright, time to get these ribs on the cooker. So we got these ribs on the cooker now, looking good. I'm gonna cover these up and we're gonna go for about 3 hours. Alright, so we've been going for 2 hours. Let's see how we're doing. Ooh, it's looking real nice. Yeah, it smells really good. It's got a really nice color. I have my apple cider vinegar here. I'm just gonna spray these edges here. This part is thinner than the other part of the ribs, so I want it to cook really evenly. And you can see how these ends are getting a little, crispy. So I want to make sure that those parts cool down just a little bit so it cooks as evenly as possible with the rest of the ribs. Okay, it's actually really close to being time to wrap, so what I'm gonna do is cover it for, let's go for another 30 minutes and then we'll check in on it again. Okay, so it's only been about 15 minutes, but I decided that I don't want it to get any darker than this. So we are gonna go ahead and wrap these. We got all 3 guys back on the smoker. We're gonna cover it up for another maybe 2 hours or so. All right, it's been the final 2 hours. Oh, and they are probably ready to go. We're gonna take them off and take a peek inside. Oh yeah, that is ready to go. That out. Oh. So here's what we're doing here. We're just gonna put a little bit of barbecue sauce on every single one. And then I'm just gonna put it back onto the grill for 5 minutes and just let this barbecue sauce just set. Oh. Been set for about 10 minutes. See, the barbecue sauce is all set. It's all dark, looks beautiful, really sticky and sweet. Alright, let's take them off and let them rest. Oh, these ribs are done. They're looking amazing. Got an amazing color. Got bark on it. You can see I actually overcooked it a little bit here. So the meat is kind of falling apart. I know barbecue purists, they don't like it taking it to this point, but I don't know. I would really love fall apart ribs. There you go. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit and then let's bite into these. Okay, I'm gonna taste this rib. Mmm. Smoky, sweet, sticky, buttery, peppery. Yo, you gotta make these. If you don't have a smoker, you can do it in the oven. Just set the oven to like 300 degrees. You gotta do this. Oh my gosh. I'm coming off clean. Oh. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Mmm.